Deepak, what do you make of Mr. Chaudhary's arguments today that we are all violating the constitution of this country? We have usurped Waqf land and they should get it back. We've strengthened their arms to get it back. You're on mute, I think. Mr. Sai Deepak, you're on mute. Yeah. Go ahead. Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. This point is that land which has been endowed by members of a particular community to their deity belongs to that particular community and it must be protected. And that there must be legislation to protect it. Right? Now apply the very same logic to the land endowed by members of the Hindu community to their temples. So here's what I would ask you to compare. The HRC legislations on the one hand and the manner in which the land of Hindu temples and Hindu community is treated by the state governments on the one hand, and the freedom that is given to this particular community through the Waqf Act. Because for all practical purposes, the very same land that is endowed by Hindus to their own communities, to their own temples, are taken over by the state and they are used for so-called secular non-religious purposes such as construction of roads, such as in Tirupati, construction of metro stations such as in Tamil Nadu and other places. Whereas on the other hand, this particular community effectively has the right to issue show-cause notices to others, basically saying, if you do not show cause as to why this belongs to you, it otherwise belongs to me. That is the onus that is effectively cast on members of the community. So unless and until you raise a red flag or an objection explaining how this particular title belongs to you, it otherwise belongs to us. These kind of sweeping powers have been given. And once that happens, we are then expected to run to a tribunal to prove our title with respect to our property. And the example that you pointed out, an institution that is longer than the life of Islam, or let's say, or its existence, so to speak, is expected to prove to Islam and its adherents as to why the land belongs to it. So I'm sorry to say, the existence of legislation in 1920s and 1934 is no reason for the subsistence of the legislation after the Constitution coming into existence. Because those legislations have never been tested on the anvils of the Constitution and the equality that it effectively prescribes and postulates. Now the question that I would want to ask is this. It's not a question of you promulgating a particular law.
The Waqf Act was enacted.
Sir, can you stop speaking over him? Let him finish his point. You can respond to him, please. His connection is not the best in any case. Please. Yes.
You have to realize that under the British period, two things happened. First, they came out with legislations which gave Muslims the specific power to control their own property. And in places like the Madras Presidency, they initially had a legislation until 1863 and thereafter until 1913, where both mosques and temples were under British control. Subsequently, exclusively temples came under British control, mosques were relieved of British control. And that particular policy has continued under so-called independent Bharat. So today, land belonging to Christians is not under state control. It is entirely under the control of the community. Muslims have a Waqf Act where they have autonomy. Hindus are the only community whose land as well as their temples are under the control of the state. This is the position. How is this fair on any anvil of so-called secularism that is subscribed to by Bharat? This is a question for everybody to answer.